Roger, Liberty. You're looking good. Do you copy? G'day everyone, welcome back. It's been a while for the original pinball fans. And welcome to a whole bunch of new people. Not necessarily come to watch pinball. List of queue posts. I was just listening to other people talking about bringing them up and analysing them and that. And, oh yeah, those guys are looking into it. No worries. I didn't realise how many there were. And how many nobody got any answers for. Because there's a lot of stuff in there that people don't seem to have been explaining. Bay doors are open so that I could shoot in a lot. So yeah, world under glass. It's like a fictional world, but it's real, isn't it? I mean, it's wood and it's metal and it's plastic, so it's real. But it's a world of make-believe. We have ignition. Find the keystone, identify. Someone please let me know if it's been identified, because the best I found was the Keystone oil pipeline, which I had to laugh because there's a whole layer of deception. It's not being talked about by anybody.
Without power. Yeah, look, I totally disagree with that. I think the statement is very clear in its structure, and voice must come first to design the treaty process for First Nation Australians. So as an Aboriginal woman, I don't get into the No campaign or anyone that doesn't support the Uluru Statement from the Heart. I guess I just stay focused on the Yes campaign and sharing the statement with the rest of Australia.
This session is run by Inner West Council, which is one of 44 local governments around the country actively educating voters on a voice to Parliament and the Yes campaign. The main topic for today is the hard part for any campaign: how to win hearts and minds.
It's about having a conversation rather than a debate. So it's where there has to be listening, lots of discussion, and the sharing of your own experiences. Because emotional connection trumps intellectual debate.
A report by Sarah Dingle, and comment has been sought from key no groups in this referendum that's coming up at the end of the year. The no groups recognise a better way in Fair Australia. As I mentioned earlier, there's been no official campaign launches from those groups yet opposing a voice to Parliament.
The instructions. The instructions say lots of things. When you read them, they can mean lots of things depending on how they are interpreted. And there are ways to interpret things that make zero sense, and there are ways to interpret things that make a whole lot of sense and that will confirm each other.
When you believe you have the answer, then you start associating everything else with that belief. And you disregard so much stuff and you miss out on what the real truth is. You've got to be open to all options, folks. When you get information, don't believe it. Consider it. Consider it as being possible. Put it up on the shelf. Wait till more information comes along to confirm that for you. Eventually, when enough information comes along and you've got enough information on that shelf, it's not going to require belief. It will prove itself if it's true. And if it does prove itself, well, then you know it. You don't need to believe it because you know it. Because, knowledge doesn't require belief. That's what I keep saying to people. Belief is the enemy of knowledge. If you just accumulate information and let it speak for itself, eventually the truth will become self-evident.
But I don't think it's about Britannia anymore. there's lots of solid reasons for that, including things that are happening in this very day and age that support all of this. A few other things under the bus so that they can keep a hold of your bond and the few things that really matter to them, which is controlling you with the electricity and the technology and the instruments and the electronics. On the clock. What does on the clock mean? Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, boom. So, deception in wars, and what wars were for distractions for, essentially. But everything they do will have an opposite effect. Heard that a couple of years ago now, and that's been ringing truer than ever. Every day, hear something, and it's like, for every sad thing, you see something that's like, you have to laugh because it's just something that they've done, and it's literally having an effect that's exploding in their face. But what happened to the kingdom? And what's the difference between a kingdom and a monarchy? My bloody sapiens or whatever, right? Yeah, the bay doors are open. Well, if you go to Doctor Who, what is the Borg in Doctor Who? When information gets planted, it's a bit like Flat Earth. You get people running around believing it and propagating it. Not because they're trying to deceive you, like some of them in the community there are paid to do. It's just that they believe it hard enough that they'll go and make other people believe it. And it's a bit like what's going on here. You just have to call it out. It's not that people are bad. Oh look, it's the weekly train. I could tell the weekly train joke